Yeah, I think we can start with Bitcoin. Yeah, we went over the high time frame quite a few times, but since we have a new monthly opening and we had the monthly closure yesterday, I think it's pretty good to have a look. Same as with every week. Whenever we have a weekly closure, that's when I analyze the weekly again. And same with the daily. Whenever we have a new daily closure and daily open, I check the daily before dropping out to the lower time frames of execution. And of course, once per month, I also go over the monthly. We had a pretty bearish monthly closure, right? We had this pullback in the premium of this last leg down, this dealing range. And yeah, we rejected from the fair value gap resting in the premium of that range, the middle point of this fair value gap, which was also aligning with the middle point of this IFEG, which was previously a support level that sent price to new highs. We closed below over here. So now this turns into a bearish PDRA, a bearish IFEG, and price last month traded up there and rejected. We had the monthly closure and also we had the closure below this last month's high. So we closed within last month's monthly range, which is good confluence for shorts and bias for June. So yeah, it's already the first day of the month and we're going down. Ideally, of course, I prefer some manipulation on the monthly, right? How candle forms, how candles form. You have the open normally, let's say a bearish candle, you will have a manipulation and then the real expansion and then some retracement before the close. So let's see. I would prefer, as I said, a deeper manipulation, but yeah, let's see, maybe we get it later in the month. So let's drop down to the weekly time frame. Pretty similar on the weekly, right? We're still in a bearish weekly order flow, bearish monthly order flow, bearish daily order flow. So all the higher time frames charts are bearish. Since I'm mostly executing on the hourly time frames, it's good, since it's good to have all the high time frames in alignment with your lower time frame narrative, right? So weekly again, pretty bearish. We also have a fair value gap over there from which price got rejected. Again, from the middle point of this fair value gap, we didn't manage to close above the middle point. That's a bearish sign. We also went in the premium of that dealing range. So this was a good area to start getting bearish. Yeah, pretty bearish Monday, straight expansion lower. I was waiting the past few days for a closure below this fair value gap, the bullish fair value gap, which again previously acted as support to send price higher. I was waiting for a closure below to then start looking from shorts from this area, right, on the higher time frame. But let's see how we close today. We will most likely close below. In 6 hours is the daily close. We'll most likely close below, but now my next drawn liquidity, which was these equal lows down here, are pretty close. I hope we get a retracement, and then if we get the confirmation on the hourly time frames, I will look for shorts. If we sweep the lows first, then we have to see how we react from those lows, and we have to mark new areas of interest. For now, yeah, since last week we didn't close below this IFEG, I was waiting for a deeper pullback. We didn't get the pullback. So now, yeah, I don't really want to see price closing above this IFEG. It still could. Price could also just first go sweep that high. That's a weak high. Again, that's a daily weak high. It's a high that didn't sweep another high like this one, weak high, weak high. We have a bunch of weak highs without any SMTs. So price could form the week of the monthly, could retrace a bit deeper, sweep that high and then shift back to bearish and then go lower. But yeah, if we get the pullback and this drawn liquidity remains intact, then this area for me, it's still looking good for longs. If we reclaim this IFEG and go for a sweep, then I will have to wait again for the top to form around here and then start looking for shorts again. For now, I don't think it makes sense for price to reclaim this IFEG since it looks like we're going to close below. Also, we had a pretty large move today, so another thing we could expect is some sort of consolidation tomorrow, maybe form a fair value gap if we don't sweep that low again, and then maybe we also have another fair value gap over here, and we could look for source from this fair value gap, bearish fair value gap as well. But yeah, let's see. I mean, I can see price sweeping that low during Asia tonight, and then yeah, we have to see from there how price reacts. Yeah, on the lower time frames, nothing yet, since we have a bunch of equal highs up here. So I don't really have a good invalidation to look for source already. I mean, the risk to reward ratio is not that good anyway for high time frame trades, since yeah, this would be my first drawn liquidity and this would be the point where I would have to go break even. So it makes no sense for me to short from here already, right? So yeah, I want to wait for some retracement and then see if we can form another invalidation, like a strong high on the hourly timeframes, and then look for shorts from there. But yeah, the bias remains bearish for me on all the higher timeframes until the monthly. So yeah, overall still bearish. Let's see if we get an opportunity to short. That's with Bitcoin.